The Copyright Office released its Copyright in Artificial Intelligence Part 2 report, and it has real implications for anyone using AI to create content, products, or art, and they want to federally protect it. The phrase that they use repetitively in their guidance is the phrase meaningful human authorship. The report uses it repeatedly with no real definitive definition. Even in my own research, I found their use to be too vague. And maybe they did that because they wanted to be left open for them to determine what is enough to be considered human authorship. So the next best thing is to follow how they rule on these issues case by case. That's what's actually going to build the legal landscape. So here is a case for an example. There was an author who submitted a comic book to the Copyright Office and received a registration for it. After the registration was granted, the Copyright Office came across statements that the author made on social media, revealing that the work was created with AI. Well, that was a problem. The Copyright Office contacted the author and gave her an opportunity to respond before they moved forward. She argued that AI was only an assistive tool, not the creator of the work. And after reviewing her response, and the report is very detailed on how they reviewed it, the Copyright Office issued an opinion letter finding that the images in the comic book were generated by AI and did not contain enough original human authorship to sustain a full copyright claim. So they reissued protection, but this time they issued a limited registration instead. That incident prompted the Copyright Office to issue a formal policy statement that you can find on their site on March 16, 2023, affirming its position that copyright can only protect material that is a product of human creativity, not artificial intelligence. So what can be learned from these cases and so many more to come? One, the Copyright Office can revisit a registration that they have issued and cancel or limit that registration after the fact. Number two, social media posts can and will be used against you. You never know who's watching or listening. But seriously, number three, if you use AI as part of a creative process where you make meaningful creative decisions, you edit, you do most of the editing, you do most of the arranging, or you transform the output, that human contribution may be protectable, but the line between meaningful and enough is still being drawn. So pretty much the bottom line is be careful trying to make your work easier in ways that leaves it vulnerable. Speed is not worth losing protection. I want you to think about this educational gem that you're getting in this video before your next project, your next product or publication, and also add someone to your team that stays up on these cases.